So welcome you all. In last video we discussed about the class A power amplifier. In this video we will discuss about the class B power amplifier. So here the collector current has only positive cycle or maybe negative cycle. So current flow at the any one of the half cycle. The conduction angle will be 180 degree. So here the collector current flow only during the positive half cycle of the input signal. So here in this case the Q point is set nearer to the cutoff region, that is bottom of your load line. So the output power will be the more. Okay. So here conversion efficiency is very high compared to the class A power amplifier. So here conduction angle is 180 degree. So here the class B operation has no direct DC biasing voltage. So in class A power amplifier there will be voltage divided bias across your base terminal. But here in class B operation there is no DC biasing voltage. Okay. So due to this the transistor always in the off position, that is cutoff region. When you apply the input current, then only the transistor go into the active region. Okay, the transistor only conduct when the input signal is greater than base emitter voltage, that is 0.7 volt for the silicon transistor. So when the input is 0, then output also 0. So as only half cycle of input is present at the amplifier output, this improve the amplifier efficiency. So that is, so when you apply the input signal, when the input signal the magnitude will be greater than the 0.7, then only the transistor will be in on stage. Okay, when the transistor that is when the input current goes below the 0.7 volt, then transistor go into the off region, that is at positive cycle conductor in the on mode, and for negative half cycle the transistor in the cutoff region. So see, this is the waveform. So for the full cycle of input signal, the output signal has the only one half cycle, that is positive cycle. Okay, this is the output waveform of the class B power amplifier. So this is circuit diagram. Here there is no biasing arrangements. Okay, the input is connected at the base of your transistor. So this is the circuit diagram of the class B power amplifier. So input is connected at the base terminal of your transistor. The output is taken from the emitter of your transistor. So for full cycle the output waveform has only one cycle, that is positive. So here when the input is less than 0.7 volt, then the transistor in the off region. When the input voltage is greater than 0.7 volt, then only the transistor in the on region. So here this is a waveform of your class B power amplifier. See here the Q point is at the cutoff region, that is bottom of your load line. So here the one drawback will be the crossover distortions. So that is crossover distortions present in the output waveform. That is the transistor is biased at the cutoff region. The waveform is distorted near the zero crossing. Okay, we will discuss about this crossover distortion in the coming slide. Okay, types. So here in class B power amplifier classified into two types. First one is push-pull amplifier. Next one is a complementary amplifier. Okay, in push-pull amplifier both transistors are same type, that is maybe NPN or PNP. But in complementary the one transistor will be NPN, another transistor will be PNP transistor. So first type, that is push-pull amplifier. So this is the circuit diagram of the push-pull amplifier. Okay, so here both are the NPN transistor. Okay, the both transistor input is connected to the transformer, secondary of the input transformer. The output of the both transformers connected to the primary of the output transformer. So what is the purpose of input transformer and output transformer? The input transform convert the input signal into two out of phase signal, so that the the two signal, that is upper transistor input signal, the lower transistor input signal will have same magnitude but in out of phase. Okay, the output transformer is to combine the output of your top transformer and bottom transformer. Okay, so what is the operations when you apply the input signal? Okay, that is for positive signal, the top portion of your transformer in the positive and bottom portion of your transformer in the negative. So transistor Q1 is on and Q2, that is bottom transistor, in the off region. So the positive cycle of the input waveform goes into the output transformer via the transistor 1. For the negative cycle, the Q2 is on and Q1 is off. So the negative cycle of your input waveform goes into the output terminal via the Q2 transistor. So in output you have get the both positive and negative. Okay. See the waveform of the push-pull amplifier. So here the Q point is at the bottom of your AC load line, that is in cutoff region. So here the maximum swing of VCE is equal to VCQ. Okay. Next the maximum swing of IC is equal to IC. Okay. So here VCE is maximum of VCE is equal to VCEQ because the Q point is at the bottom. So this is the efficiency calculation of the class B amplifier. So only one difference, that is compared to the class A, and the difference will be the RMS value of your voltage and current. So in class A amplifier, the RMS value of voltage will be Vm divided by square root 2 and RMS value of current will be Vm by square root 2. But here the RMS value of voltage will be Vm by pi and the RMS value of voltage current will be Im by pi, because the output waveform has the one cycle, so that the RMS value will be changed. Okay, when you solve the remaining all those things same. Next is the maximum value of VC is equal to here VCEQ. So this is the difference. When you substitute all those values, you will get 78.5%. That theoretically the efficiency of class B power amplifier will be 78.5%. That is pi by 4%. So this is the calculations. Okay, calculation will be similar to the class A power amplifier. The only difference the RMS value and the peak value of VCE and ICE. Next type will be class B power amplifier. The another type will be complementary. So here the transformer is replaced by the voltage source. That is the only difference. Next, here both transistors are different type. The one is NPN, another one is a PNP transistor. Okay, here the efficiency is higher compared to the push-pull amplifier. So here circuit need the two separate volt supply because the transformer occupies the more space, so that the transformer is replaced by the voltage sources. Here the harmonic will be developed. Okay, if there is any unbalance in the two transistor. Okay, so for positive cycle, when you apply the input for positive cycle, the transistor Q1 is active region and Q2 is off region. Okay. Next, in negative cycle, that Q2 is on region and Q1 is off region. Okay. The difference between the complementary and the push-pull type is the complementary model. There is no output transfer. That is the only difference. That is the transformer is replaced with the voltage source. Okay, that's the main difference. And due to that, the efficiency will be high compared to the push-pull type. So here one more problem in the complementary type, that is crossover distortion. When you apply the input voltage, suppose the input voltage, the magnitude of the input voltage will be between minus 0.7 volt and the 0.7 volt, that is in the below the cutting voltage of your NPN and PNP transistor. So for NPN transistor the cutoff voltage will be 0.7 volt, for PNP transistor the cutoff voltage will be minus 0.7 volt. Suppose the voltage is between the minus 0.7 volt and the 0.7 volt, then the both transistor in the off region. That is called as a crossover distortion. This will create the harmonics. Okay, so see the waveform. So at that position, the transistor Q1 and Q2 both are in off state. Okay, this is called as a crossover distortion. That is dead band. Okay, so we can avoid we can eliminate the crossover distortion by using the class AB type amplifier. So this is about the class B power amplifier.